A line in the water? Confrontation in the Natuna Sea. What happens when a line drawn on a map dictates the fate of nations? This line, invisible to the naked eye, yet so powerful, can determine the course of history. This is the question that hangs heavy in the air over the South China Sea. The waters here are not just a geographical feature, they are a symbol of national pride and sovereignty. The recent encounter between the Indonesian Coast Guard and a Chinese vessel in Indonesia's exclusive economic zone serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace in this volatile region. The tension is palpable, the stakes incredibly high. The incident, involving a Chinese Coast Guard vessel and an Indonesian Coast Guard ship, Tanjung Datu 301, unfolded like a scene from a Cold War thriller, with both sides maneuvering for position. Each move was calculated, each response measured. This was not just a simple misunderstanding at sea. It was a deliberate show of strength, a demonstration of power and resolve. It was a clash of wills, a test of resolve, and a stark illustration of the high stakes involved in the ongoing maritime disputes in the region. The world watches closely, knowing that the outcome of such confrontations could shape the future of international relations in this part of the world. Guardians of the archipelago, the Indonesian Coast Guard. They are the vigilant protectors of Indonesia's extensive maritime boundaries, ensuring the safety and security of the nation's waters. The Indonesian Coast Guard, often operating in the shadow of their more famous counterparts in the Indonesian Navy, play a crucial yet underappreciated role in national security. They are the unsung guardians of the archipelago's vast maritime territory, tirelessly working to maintain order and safety in the waters. Tasked with protecting Indonesia's sovereign rights, they patrol thousands of miles of coastline, ensuring that the nation's maritime laws are upheld. Often facing down threats from illegal fishing, piracy, and increasingly incursions from foreign vessels, their job is both challenging and dangerous. The men and women of the Indonesian Coast Guard are not simply sailors, they are the first line of defense for a nation that straddles vital sea lanes and possesses abundant marine resources. Their vigilance ensures the protection of these resources. Their dedication and professionalism were on full display during the recent encounter, showcasing their ability to handle high-pressure situations with calm and resolve. As they calmly but firmly asserted Indonesia's maritime rights in the face of pressure, they demonstrated their unwavering commitment to their duty and their country. Their actions are a testament to their training, courage, and the critical role they play in safeguarding Indonesia's maritime interests. Dragons shadow China's maritime ambitions. China's rise as a global power has been accompanied by an increasingly assertive posture in its near abroad, particularly in the South China Sea. Beijing's expansive maritime claims, encapsulated in the controversial 9-dash line, have put it at odds with several Southeast Asian nations, including Indonesia. China's growing naval presence in the region, coupled with its island-building activities, has raised concerns about its ultimate intentions. Many observers view China's actions as part of a broader strategy to establish dominance over this strategically vital waterway, which is home to crucial shipping lanes and potentially vast reserves of oil and natural gas. A game of inches, the exclusive economic zone. At the heart of the dispute lies the concept of the exclusive economic zone, a 200 nautical mile zone extending from a country's coastline, within which it has special rights regarding the exploration and use of marine resources. The EEZ is not simply a line on a map. It represents a nation's ability to control its economic destiny, to harness the bounty of the sea to feed its people and fuel its growth. China's claims in the South China Sea, however, often disregard the EEZs of its neighbors, leading to overlapping claims and raising tensions. Standing firm, Indonesia's response to intrusion. Indonesia, the largest nation in Southeast Asia and a staunch advocate for a rules-based international order, responded to the Chinese vessel's presence with a measured but firm hand. The Indonesian Coast Guard, backed by naval and air assets, shadowed the Chinese vessel, broadcasting warnings and demanding it leave Indonesia's EEZ. Jakarta also summoned the Chinese ambassador, lodging a formal protest and reiterating its commitment to defending its maritime sovereignty. Indonesia's actions sent a clear message. It would not be bullied or intimidated, and it would stand up for its rights, even in the face of pressure from a more powerful neighbor. The rule of law, UNCLOS, and maritime disputes. In the complex world of maritime disputes, the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, serves as a vital framework for resolving disputes and ensuring a stable maritime order. UNCLOS, ratified by both Indonesia and China, provides clear guidelines for defining maritime boundaries, including EEZs. Indonesia has consistently called for all parties in the South China Sea to respect UNCLOS and to resolve their disputes through peaceful dialogue. However, China's selective interpretation of UNCLOS, particularly its rejection of a 2016 International Tribunal ruling that invalidated its expansive claims, has cast a shadow over the effectiveness of the legal framework. A sea of disputes, regional tensions in the South China Sea. The recent incident is not an isolated event, but rather another chapter in the ongoing saga of the South China Sea disputes. China's claims in the region overlap with those of several Southeast Asian nations, including Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Brunei. These overlapping claims have led to numerous incidents, including standoffs, confrontations at sea, and diplomatic protests. The South China Sea has become a focal point for regional tensions, raising concerns about the potential for miscalculation or even armed conflict. Beyond the horizon, the importance of international cooperation. In an increasingly interconnected world, the South China Sea dispute is not just a regional issue, it has global implications. The vast majority of global trade passes through its waters, and any disruption to this vital artery of commerce would have far-reaching economic consequences. Moreover, the increasing militarization of the region, with major powers flexing their naval muscles, raises the specter of a broader conflict. Addressing the challenges in the South China Sea requires a concerted effort from the international community, one that prioritizes dialogue, diplomacy, and a commitment to upholding the rule of law. Finding common ground dialogue as a path to peace. Despite the tensions and the potential for conflict, there is still hope for a peaceful resolution to the South China Sea disputes. Dialogue, both bilateral and multilateral, remains essential. Platforms such as the ASEAN Regional Forum and the East Asia Summit provide opportunities for dialogue and confidence-building measures. Engagement with China, while remaining firm on principles, is crucial. Finding common ground on issues such as fisheries management, joint exploration of resources, and maritime security cooperation can help reduce tensions and build trust. The stakes are high economic and security implications. The stakes in the South China Sea are incredibly high. The region is not just a strategic waterway, it is also rich in natural resources, including fish stocks, oil, and natural gas. Unresolved disputes and simmering tensions threaten to disrupt trade, undermine regional stability, and spark conflict. The economic costs of a conflict in the South China Sea would be catastrophic, not just for the region, but for the global economy as a whole. Similarly, a military conflict, however unlikely, would have devastating consequences and could potentially draw in major powers. Charting a course towards a stable and secure maritime future. The recent encounter between the Indonesian Coast Guard and the Chinese vessel is a stark reminder of the fragility of peace in the South China Sea. This incident underscores the ongoing tensions and the potential for conflict in these contested waters. It highlights the need for all parties to exercise restraint, to respect international law, and to pursue dialogue as the primary means of resolving disputes. Diplomatic efforts and mutual understanding are crucial in preventing escalation and ensuring stability in the region. The international community has a responsibility to encourage and support peaceful resolution mechanisms and to uphold a rules-based order in the maritime domain. By fostering cooperation and building trust among nations, we can create a more predictable and secure environment for maritime activities. Only through cooperation, diplomacy, and a shared commitment to peace can we hope to navigate the choppy waters of the South China Sea and chart a course toward a more stable and secure maritime future. Joint exercises, information sharing, and coordinated patrols are essential steps in this direction. Together, we can ensure that the seas remain a space for peaceful coexistence and mutual benefit. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.